Hi, I'm Kira Johnson. After 20 years as a fraud investigator for an insurance company, I've developed a pretty good nose for when someone's story doesn't add up. Too bad I didn't listen to my instincts about my daughter in law sooner. Mom, this is huge. Lead developer at 30. My son Tyler was practically bouncing in his seat at Marcello's, his favorite Italian restaurant where we were celebrating his promotion. I'm so proud of you, honey. Your dad would have been over the moon. I reached across the table to squeeze his hand. Vanessa deserves credit, too. She's been pushing me to ask for this promotion for months. I smiled at my daughter-in-law, who was scrolling through her phone. Is everything okay, Vanessa? Just checking our investment account. With Tyler's new salary, we should increase our monthly deposits. She flashed that perfect smile that never quite reached her eyes. That reminds me, Tyler said between bites of lasagna. Vanessa's got an amazing opportunity through her old college roommate. Tech startup with guaranteed returns. I raised an eyebrow. I thought your roommate was studying literature? Wasn't she from Ohio? Vanessa barely missed a beat. Different roommate. This one was from my sophomore year at USC. We reconnected last month. But you transferred to USC junior year. You told me you spent freshman and sophomore years at Berkeley. The slight tightening around her eyes was almost imperceptible. Did I? Must have mixed up my timeline. College was such a blur. The drive home was quiet. Tyler had taken an Uber since he'd had a few glasses of wine celebrating. Vanessa was in my passenger seat, and I could feel tension radiating off her. Blue lights flashed behind us just a mile from my house. I pulled over, confused. I hadn't been speeding. License and registration, ma'am. The officer was professional but stiff. Is there a problem, Officer Ramirez? I read his nameplate as I handed over my documents. And I'll need to see your passenger's ID as well, please. Vanessa hesitated before pulling out her wallet. May I ask why? Just routine, ma'am. After taking both IDs, Officer Ramirez returned to his patrol car. 5 minutes later, he approached my window again. Mrs. Johnson, could I speak with you privately for a moment? I stepped out, suddenly uneasy. Ma'am, I recognized your passenger's name when it came up in our system. Your daughter-in-law is wanted in 3 states. Fraud in Nevada, identity theft in Arizona, and assault charges in California. She's been operating under various aliases. My stomach dropped. There must be some mistake. She's married to my son. No mistake, ma'am. We've been alerted to watch for her. I'm giving you a warning because I know your late husband from the force. I'm not taking her in right now because I want to give you a chance to protect your son. But you need to know who she really is. I glanced back at the car where Vanessa was watching us intently. What should I do? My voice barely above a whisper. Be careful. People like her can be dangerous when cornered. I'll be in touch tomorrow with more information. For now, act normal. As I slid back into the driver's seat, my mind was racing. How could I protect Tyler without destroying him in the process? The woman beside me, the one who had infiltrated our family, was a complete stranger. I couldn't sleep that night. At 6 a.m., I called the one person I knew could help me without asking too many questions. You realize normal people don't wake up at the crack of dawn on Saturdays, right? Diane's groggy voice came through the phone. I need your help. It's about Tyler's wife. 2 hours later, we were huddled in Diane's office at the county clerk's building. The weekend skeleton crew paid us no attention as Diane pulled up database after database. Holy crap, Kira. Your daughter-in-law's been busy. Look at these aliases. Diane pointed to her screen. Vanessa Miller, Vanessa Jenkins, Nessa Williams, Vanessa Tanner, all with different birthdays but similar photos. Can you pull up marriage records? Diane tapped away. 4 marriages in 7 years. None dissolved through proper divorce proceedings. And look at the bank records Ramirez sent over. Each husband had significant financial losses within months of the wedding. My blood ran cold. Pull up Tyler's accounts. What we found made me sick. Tyler's inheritance from his father, nearly $300,000, had been moved to a joint account 2 months ago. Recent searches on their shared computer included non-extradition countries and transferring large sums internationally. She's planning to clean him out and disappear, I whispered. There's more. She has a brother in Phoenix, Jake Miller, only family member I could find. After calling in some favors with old colleagues, I had Jake's number by noon. The conversation was brief but illuminating. Not surprised she's at it again, he sighed over the phone. Vanessa's been running the scam since college. Finds a good guy with money or potential, love bombs him, gets access to his accounts, then ghosts with everything she can grab. Why haven't you stopped her? You think I haven't tried? Last time I confronted her, she put me in the hospital and told the cops I attacked her. Got a restraining order against me. Your son is victim number 5 that I know of. I ended the call and headed to Tyler's house, planning to snoop while they were at his company picnic. But as I pulled up, Vanessa's car was in the driveway. She appeared at the front door before I could leave. Kira, what a surprise. Tyler's not here. He ran to grab more ice for the cooler. Just thought I'd ride with you both to the picnic. Her eyes narrowed slightly. Officer troubles all sorted out from last night? Oh, that. Just a broken taillight. Funny, your lights looked fine to me. She crossed her arms. You've been acting strange since that cop pulled you aside. Something you want to share? The threat in her voice was unmistakable. I forced a smile. Not at all, though I did want to discuss something with you and Tyler, his father's remaining investments. There's quite a bit more money coming his way. I saw the flash of greed in her eyes. That's when I knew exactly how to trap her. I'm having my financial advisor come over Monday night. Why don't you two come for dinner? We can discuss the best ways to invest this windfall. We'd love to, she purred, completely unaware that she'd just agreed to attend her own unmasking. I spent Sunday setting my trap, calling Ramirez and arranging for recording equipment. Monday night would expose Vanessa for who she really was, but I had to be careful. One wrong move and I might lose Tyler forever. Monday afternoon, I arranged tiny recording devices throughout my living room while Officer Ramirez watched. These are legally admissible? I asked, tucking one under the coffee table. As long as you're present in the room during the recording. Remember, we need her to incriminate herself clearly. Trust me, when money's involved, she'll show her true colors. Ramirez nodded. I'll be parked down the street. Text me when you have what we need. My fake financial advisor, actually Ramirez's partner in plain clothes, arrived first, setting up a laptop with fabricated investment portfolios. At exactly 7 p.m., Tyler and Vanessa walked in, her eyes immediately darting around the room. Something smells amazing, Mom. Tyler hugged me while Vanessa hung back. Just finished setting the table. Vanessa, would you mind helping me bring out the appetizers? In the kitchen, Vanessa cornered me. You've been digging into my past, haven't you? Her voice was ice cold. I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't play dumb. Someone accessed my records. Was it that cop friend of yours? I maintained my poker face. Let's just focus on Tyler's inheritance tonight. Her demeanor instantly shifted. How much are we talking about exactly? Nearly $1 million in investments, plus the cabin in Colorado. During dinner, the financial advisor walked us through the portfolio options while I watched Vanessa carefully. She barely touched her food, constantly checking her phone under the table. Before we proceed further, I said, we need to discuss account access. I'm thinking we should keep this money in a trust, accessible only with dual signatures, mine and Tyler's. Vanessa's fork clattered against her plate. That's ridiculous. We're married. Those antiquated trust restrictions would make it impossible to act quickly on investment opportunities. Tyler looked surprised. I didn't know you felt so strongly about this, babe. Of course I do. It's our future. She turned to the advisor. How quickly can these funds be transferred to our joint account? Tonight, possibly? The advisor cleared his throat. That would be highly unusual. I need to use the restroom. Vanessa abruptly stood, taking her purse with her. My phone buzzed, a banking alert I'd set up. I showed Tyler the screen. Attempt to transfer $297,500 from joint account to offshore account detected. What the hell? Tyler's face drained of color. We found Vanessa in the guest room, frantically typing on her phone. Transfer denied, huh? I leaned against the doorframe. I froze the account this morning. Tyler, your mother's trying to come between us. Vanessa's voice dripped with fake concern. She's always hated me. Then explain this. I pulled out the folder Diane had prepared. Marriage certificates to 4 different men, police reports, fraud charges in 3 states. Vanessa's expression morphed into something ugly. You stupid bitch. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Actually, I do, Nessa Williams. Or is it Vanessa Jenkins this week? She lunged for the folder, but Tyler stepped between us. Is it true? Answer me. These people meant nothing. You're different. We can take the money and start fresh somewhere else. You were going to steal from me? Everything was a lie? Don't be so dramatic. Men like you are all the same. Too trusting, too weak. She grabbed her purse and shoved past him. I'm leaving. Try to stop me, and I'll tell the cops you assaulted me. She yanked open the front door and came face to face with Officer Ramirez and 3 uniformed officers. Vanessa Miller, you're under arrest for fraud, identity theft, and violation of probation. As they cuffed her, she spat toward me. This isn't over, Kira. Not by a long shot. The squad car pulled away with Vanessa in the back seat, still hurling threats that faded into the night. Tyler collapsed onto the porch steps, his head in his hands. How did I not see it? All the inconsistencies, the pressure to access my accounts. His voice cracked. I sat beside him, giving his shoulder a gentle squeeze. Con artists are professionals, honey. She knew exactly what she was doing. 3 days later, we sat in a stark courtroom, waiting for Vanessa's arraignment. Tyler hadn't slept much, the dark circles under his eyes telling their own story. You don't have to be here, I whispered. Yes, I do. I need to see this through. When they brought Vanessa in, she looked nothing like the polished woman who'd charmed her way into our lives. Her jail jumpsuit hung loosely, and without her usual makeup, she appeared older, harder. The prosecutor stood. Your Honor, the defendant is charged with multiple counts of fraud, identity theft, and violation of probation across 3 states. We're also adding attempted grand larceny based on her actions 3 days ago. How does the defendant plead? Not guilty. Vanessa's voice was flat, emotionless. Bail, Your Honor? Her court-appointed attorney asked. Given the flight risk and multiple outstanding warrants, bail is denied. The defendant will remain in custody. Vanessa's eyes locked on Tyler. Baby, this is all a misunderstanding. Tell them we were planning a surprise investment. Tell them... Tyler stared straight ahead, refusing to meet her gaze. Outside the courtroom, Officer Ramirez approached us with a thick file. Thought you might want to see this. Full background check on Miller. She's been running this scam for nearly a decade. 5 marriages, over $2 million in stolen assets. Will she do serious time? Tyler asked. With the combined charges, she's looking at 15, 20 years minimum. 2 months later, we returned for the sentencing after Vanessa accepted a plea deal. The courtroom was more crowded this time. 3 other men sat in the gallery, all former husbands. The judge reviewed the case files. Miss Miller, your pattern of deception and theft is extraordinary. You've left a trail of financial and emotional devastation across multiple states. Vanessa attempted to look contrite. Your Honor, I've made mistakes. Save it for someone who hasn't read your prison communications, the judge cut her off. Where you explicitly stated, and I quote, once I'm out, I'll find richer targets. The sentence came down, 18 years, to be served consecutively with sentences from Arizona and Nevada. As Vanessa was led away, she stopped in front of Tyler. I really did love you, you know, more than the others. That might be the only honest thing you've ever said to me, Tyler replied. But it doesn't change anything. 6 months later, Tyler and I sat on my back deck watching the sunset. The divorce was final, and most of his money had been recovered. You know what still bugs me? Tyler swirled his iced tea. That cop just happened to recognize her that night. I smiled. Let's just say Mother's intuition had me checking her background weeks before. Ramirez owed me a favor. Tyler laughed, the first genuine laugh I'd heard in months. Remind me never to get on your bad side. That's what moms do, honey. We protect our kids, even when they're too grown up to think they need it. I'll always need you, Mom. He squeezed my hand. Even when I don't know it yet. What would you have done in Kira's position? Should she have told Tyler about Vanessa's criminal history immediately? Or was she right to gather evidence and set a trap first? Would you risk your relationship with a loved one to protect them from someone you know is dangerous? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you have handled things differently? If you enjoyed this revenge story of justice served, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about standing up to toxic people. New stories uploaded daily.